What is going on, my broskies? My name is Toadski and I am back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. Now, today we're going to be going through a guide on how to beat the brand new raid boss that was just announced on One Piece Treasure Cruise Global, being KUMA. This guy is insane. His special is so good and is 100% a unit that I would recommend to you guys. If you guys can farm it, you 100% should farm this guy because he is phenomenal. He is so good. So we're going to get straight into the video, guys. Now, if you guys do go on to enjoy it, make sure to smack the like button down below, as it's always greatly appreciated. But without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So as we like to do, let's go ahead and break down the brand new unit in this raid, being the Tyrant Bartholomew KUMA. This guy here is a 5-star unit and is a strength cerebral powerhouse character. Now at max level, at level 99, he has just over 3,000 health, 1435 attack and 90 recovery. So he's got really good health, really good attack, and his recovery is kind of lacking. Now he does have 50 cost like all the other raid bosses, and he has 3 socket spots, which is crazy. 3 socket spots, that is awesome. So you can fit so many different combinations of sockets on this guy, which is really cool. And as I mentioned, he's a cerebral unit, so he can fit in with Legend Crocodile, which is the main team that he is used in. Also powerhouse teams, so like Lucci and stuff like that. And he's also a strength unit, so you can put him in a lot of other different teams as well. So his captain effect will boost the attack and HP of cerebral characters by 2 times, and then deals 5 times the damage received in the previous turn in strength damage to all enemies at the end of each turn. So not only is he just a straight 2 times HP and attack leader for cerebral, but getting that secondary ability that does a little bit of damage based on the amount of damage you took in that previous turn is also really cool as well. So he's actually pretty decent as a captain, in all honesty. If you guys need to run a cerebral team for somewhat reason, this guy's a pretty good captain for that. You know, he just enables you to get so much health and also getting a little bit of damage dealt back when you take damage as well. Now, the main attraction of this unit right here is his special ability. So it starts at 28 turns and maxes at 14 turns, so you need 14 skill ups. It will change recovery, tandem, empty, block, and bomb orbs. All of those types of orbs will be changed into matching orbs, regardless of their type, class, or attribute, or anything, or HP. There's no restrictions. Just if they have a recovery, tandem, empty, block, or bomb orb, it will be changed into a matching orb, and then amplify the effects of orbs by 1.75 for 1 turn. That is just mind-blowing how crazy that special is. There are so many different units that synergize with this so well. There are just units that give you recovery orbs, there's units that give you tandem orbs, there's units that get rid of all your orbs, so you have empty orbs, and then if you're the opponent, it gives you bomb or block orbs. All of these different orbs that are being given to you, you can change them into matching orbs. And then you get a 1.75 orb boost for 1 turn is crazy. A lot of units that give a 1.75 times orb boost usually have a restriction where you have to be below a certain HP or some condition has to be met. But for KUMA, he doesn't have any restriction. Just any of those other orbs are changed into matching and you get a 1.75 orb boost for 1 turn. He is phenomenal. 100% you must max this guy out. This guy is insane. Super overpowered. Alright guys, now let's go ahead and break down the actual stages itself. So stage 1, we have this room here. So we have the General Zombie and as well as some other zombie soldiers as well. Now the General Zombie has approximately 40,000 health and we don't know his current attack power. I tried researching, could not find his actual attack power. But what he does is after the first turn, if you leave him be, he will just go ahead and berserk all the enemies. So it makes it that you cannot stall basically at all. You can only get 1 turn of stall, that's pretty much it. So you definitely want to try and target him first because, you know, letting the other enemies get berserked is a really bad idea. So definitely target down the General Zombie first. And the other zombie soldiers have approximately 10,000 health, so they're very weak, and they'll attack for 5,000 damage. So you've got to make sure that you take down these guys as well before they attack you because, you know, they do a lot of damage. However, there are other teams that, you know, can get a lot of health back, and because KUMA is a strength unit, you know, Eneru is one of the most common teams to bring against KUMA, and you know, he gives you a lot of health back each turn. So, you know, if you have a guy like Eneru, then he'd be really good because these zombie dudes only will attack you every 2 turns. So you get 2 turns to recover your health back, and then you can take damage. So you can stall a little bit on this stage, which is actually quite nice. So once you do that, you will come onto stage 2 now, which does have some regular zombie units. You got the zombie knights now, and also you have a lobster and a turtle. So the regular zombie like soldier units. They're the same as the first stage, so I didn't really bother talking about them again. But the zombie knight characters will have health of approximately 50,000 and an attack power of 9,090. So they deal a lot of damage to you, so definitely want to try and target them down before they do damage to you, because for a lot of teams, that's a majority of their health, so be careful about that. The lobster has 10 HP, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to stall on. You can only get a maximum of 3 turns of stall out on this lobster here, and he attacks for about 4,000, and the turtle has 5 HP and attacks for about 2,000. So overall, there's not a lot of stall that really can be done without taking too much damage in stage 2, but there will be a lot of stall later on in the dungeon itself. So now let's move on to stage 3. So now at stage 3 here, we have the General Zombie is back once again, who is the same as the first room, has approximately 40,000 health, and he'll do the same thing where he'll berserk enemies after the first turn. So obviously, if you want to do a little bit more stall, you can potentially just go ahead and take him down. He's also surrounded by zombie knights again, which is very similar to the previous room. So this room is actually really difficult because a lot of these units have a lot of HP, and especially if you're bringing a quick team, taking down the green unit, the green zombie knight, will be a little bit difficult. So definitely try and target all of your damage output on the zombie knight, on the green one specifically, if you're going to be bringing a quick team, and also on the general zombie as well. So those are the things that I would focus on in this room, because they can do a lot of damage to you. And as I said before, you know, the zombie knights, when they do get a chance to attack, they do a lot of damage, and for a majority of teams, that's a lot of their health. So if you don't have any ways of healing, then you got to make sure that you can take them out before they hit you. Now, one of the most interesting rooms in a raid boss is this room. In stage 4 here, we have some Elder Seahorses which have 8 HP, and if they do get a chance to attack you, they're going to go ahead and lock a unit on your team randomly for 8 turns. So that, you definitely don't want that to happen. So you got to take down the Seahorses first. They are a major priority in this room. There are just some other zombies as well, just the regular ones from the first stage, very, very easy to take down. And then you are greeted by the purple and yellow wild zombies. Now these raccoon or tanuki zombies, as people refer to them as, they have a really interesting effect where they don't have very much HP at all. They're very, very low health, but they will never attack you. The purple one will never attack you, and he will always give a recovery orb to your captain once he gets a chance to attack you. He doesn't do any damage. So the yellow one doesn't do any damage either, but when he does get a chance to attack, he recovers a little bit of your HP. So there are different stalling techniques that you can use on this stage. One of the main techniques that a lot of people use is they bring like just a penguin, and they use the penguin to attack these guys, so they continuously stall, and they can just live forever. They can continuously stall, get all their specials ready before moving on to the final stage on stage 5 against the raid boss KUMA. So this is a really interesting room that they've introduced into this raid boss, and it makes this raid boss a little bit too easy in my opinion. You know, having this room makes it very, very easy to stall, get your specials ready, and they can go ahead and take down KUMA on stage 5. So now, once you have completed the first 4 stages, you will arrive at stage 5 against the main boss himself, KUMA. Now this guy here has approximately 3.2 million HP, and he has an attack power of 9,296, but he will attack you every 4 turns. Therefore, you have 4 turns in order to basically beat him. And one really interesting thing about this guy is he has a preemptive attack that will remove a unit on your bottom row of your team. Yeah, you heard that correct. He will basically take a unit on your bottom row and throw them away, and they are not there. They're not going to be there, and yeah, it's really, really weird. It's a really weird mechanic that gets introduced into this raid boss. It will basically push one of your units away, and you cannot use them in the dungeon. It doesn't lock the unit, it doesn't silence the unit, it literally just removes it from your team, and it is not there. It's really, really interesting. It's really funny when you see it happen. It's crazy. But yeah, so he does that. He also puts up a shield that makes strength and dex damage reduced to 0 for 5 turns. So definitely don't bring a strength or dex related team because you're not going to be doing any damage. And he also puts up a debuff protector for 999 turns or 99 turns or something like that. So you cannot delay this guy either. Now, each time he gets a chance to attack you, he will remove another unit on your team. So first, it's the preemptive attack, he removes from the bottom, then he removes from the middle, and if he attacks again, he removes from the top row. And once he removes from the top row and he gets the chance to attack again, he'll remove your last bottom row unit, and it will keep cycling through until you have no units left. So, you know, when he attacks you, it is pretty bad. He's going to be removing your unit and dealing close to 10,000 damage. And if this guy falls below 20% HP, he will deal 90,000 damage to you, so that's pretty much an auto lose. You don't want to put him under 20% HP, you want to try and burst him down that last 20%. Now, I'm just going to be bringing you guys a free-to-play team that you guys can use. A double Eneru works very, very well, just for the due fact that you can get a lot of recovery back. And also, if you have a ship that can boost your health as well, therefore you can take a hit from KUMA. Potentially, if you really need to take a hit from KUMA, you can actually take a hit. But the thing is, if that does happen, you will get another unit removed on your team, which is very, very bad. But with this team here, this is the sort of team that you can go with. Double Eneru works really, really well in your middle row. So the middle row will have Doflamingo Raid Boss and also the blue Lucci from story mode. These units, they pretty much have to be in your middle row. Otherwise, the units on the bottom row being either Garnfor or you have a Crocodile there as well, the Striker Crocodile from the Impel Down Fortnite. One of those guys is going to get blown away and you will not be able to use them. But they both have really cool effects. So the Crocodile is there to boost attack of your Striker units, being the two Enerus, and you've also got Garnfor there that will give both Enerus a matching orb, which is pretty cool as well. So either one of those effects works really, really well. But it just really depends on which one gets blown away. And you've also got Doflamingo and the Lucci. I didn't really mention what they do, but the whole point behind them being there is because Doflamingo gives you 2x orb effectiveness. You've got Lucci to give you up to 3 blue orbs, and you've also got the ability to get 2x attack to your blue units from Eneru himself. So in 4 turns, you should be able to take down KUMA with this team, as long as you have the right levels and the right special levels, of course. Now, the other notable leads that you can bring. There are so many different teams that can beat this 60 stamina dungeon. He's actually the easiest 60 stamina raid boss in One Piece Treasure Cruise. He's very, very easy. You can bring Log Luffy, of course. Rayleigh and Goku work very well. And the main ones that a lot of people are going to be using is Marco 6-star, Boa 6-star, and also Thatch. Thatch can be used to beat this 60 stamina dungeon, just for the fact that you can pretty much infinitely stall and pretty much get health back whenever you want because of the final stage, or stage 4, sorry, because those guys will recover a bit of your health, as long as you have the right team. If you bring like a penguin to do a little bit of damage, and also get like pretty much stall forever, really, you know, Thatch works really, really well, so you can use that as well. So there are so many different teams to make. I've just shown you guys a free-to-play team that you can use. You can sub out these units as you wish with your rare recruit units. But overall, this is by far the easiest 60 stamina dungeon in the game, and it's kind of cool, being the fact that he's the easiest 60 stamina, but also one of the best units in the game. Possibly, you know, probably top 10 units in the game, I would say this unit is. He is insane, and is going to be used a lot in the future of One Piece Treasure Cruise. So this is going to conclude yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video, and if you guys have enjoyed it, make sure to smack the like button down below. And if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, then make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.